Hey everyone, I have a beginner-friendly project for resin and glass art using this beautiful crushed microglass. Keep watching to see what I make with it. So for this project, I started with a 9 by 7 inch frame. I removed all the clips in the backing, removed the glass, cleaned the glass up, and then took Elmer's glue and put it around the perimeter of the back of the frame where the glass would sit. Then I replaced the glass and took Elmer's glue one more time and put it around the perimeter. This serves two purposes. It helps to hold the glass in place and it helps to prevent resin leaks when you put resin on the other side. Now this is just a temporary hold for the glass. When you put resin on the other side, and once that is cured, that will permanently adhere the glass to the frame. This needs to dry overnight and sometimes up to 24 hours depending on how much glue you use. And because I'm impatient, I flipped it over with the glue still wet and I put those canvases under it so that it would push the glass up against the frame while I was working on it. Then I printed up some clip art that I got off my Cricut Design Space, cut that out and taped that to the back of the glass. Flipped it over, and then I started with a 4mm rhinestone chain. It's a very dark emerald green. It kind of looks black, but it's really a real pretty emerald green 4mm rhinestone chain. Then I took clear Elmer's glue and followed along all the black lines of the flowers in the leaves. And I took the 4mm rhinestone chain, cut it to length, and put it right on top of the clear Elmer's glue. Don't worry about the clear Elmer's glue going out of the lines at all or getting onto other parts of the glass. The flowers are going to be covered with glass, and even though the other part is not going to be totally covered with glass, once clear Elmer's glue has dried, it dries perfectly clear and the resin will totally cover it once it has cured. Yes, I used the 2mm rhinestone chain for the smaller flowers and the leaves. Once I was done, I removed the paper from the back. That way you can better tell what coverage you have with the glass that you're putting on. It's really important before you move on to the next step that your rhinestone chains are totally dry, because if you start putting your glass on before they're dry, the rhinestone chains will shift and it will be difficult to line them up again. I was sent this beautiful glass from Yvonne from our Facebook group. She has a Facebook page called Sassy Glass and she sells glass. This is 1 to 3mm glass. So this is smaller glass than what you can actually get at the store, much smaller than the glass from Michael's, and it is absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to be using it in this project. I will leave a link under the description as where to find this glass and purchase prices. That particular red is no longer available, but she does have a similar cherry red that she can color for you. So to start with, I took some of the clear glass and I actually colored it myself because I wanted the grass green for the leaves in my project, and it's super easy to do. You just take a little bit of the Bombay India ink, which does not run and does not fade, and just stir it up in the cup. And then I just dumped it up on some nonstick paper and let it dry for several hours. Next, with my rhinestone chain completely dry and adhered to the glass, I take my glass and I start putting it in all the areas. It's really important that you take your paper off of the back and lift the project up after you're done putting your glass on so that you can make sure you have really good coverage. And this glass, I just took my time and put it on a little bit at a time, and then used a little toothpick to move it off of the center rhinestone chain so that you can see them, so that it didn't cover it up. And I'm telling you, this glass is so pretty, and there's so many times that you need smaller pieces of glass, smaller than what you can get from the Michael's crushed glass. Tried the Amazon Ruffino glass before, but unfortunately that glass runs and you can't trust it. And then at the end here, I'm just trying to find something for the center of the flowers. And for the two small flowers, I end up actually using two buttons. And then I start putting beads in the center of the large one, but I end up changing that out. So I'm actually doing two projects with this glass. And the second project is 11.5 by 11.5 mirror, framed mirror. And to be able to get the image onto the mirror, I have to put some carbon paper behind the image that I printed off my Cricut Design Space, behind the image, and then just take a pen and trace it out. And make sure you use a dark color, because I started using the yellow and I couldn't see it at all. And I just went ahead and traced it out, and it's probably difficult for you to see, but I can see it well enough to be able to put my rhinestone chain and my glue down. So just like I did with my other project, I outline everything with the clear Elmer's glue, and then I use the emerald green rhinestone chain. This time I mainly use the 2mm rhinestone chain. I think I only use the 4mm for the stem of the large flower. And I just go ahead and put the rhinestone chain directly on top of the outlines that I've made with the clear Elmer's glue. And again, you need to wait for this to totally dry before you start putting the glass on, or else the rhinestone chains will start to shift and you'll have a big mess. So now the rhinestone chains are dry and I'm putting the glass on. And I think that glass is so pretty and bright. So now I'm back to the original one, just adding a little more glass, and I'm adding beads, darker black beads to the center of the yellow flower, and just putting some finishing touches on, lifting the glass up so that I can see if there's areas that need more glass. And like I said, you really have to lift up your project and look. Don't tip it up. The glass will fall off. I've done that before. Next, we're ready for the resin. The resin I'm using for this project is T-Expert Tabletop Epoxy. It's a 2-to-1 ratio epoxy resin. I drizzle the resin over the glass first and over the beads to make sure I have enough to hold all that down. And then after I've covered all of the glass, I take my resin and I go up around the edges and into the corners. It does need help to be pushed into the corners and along the edges. It is self-leveling, they say, but it really does need a little bit of help. And you'll notice that the yellow has gotten a little bit lighter, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more yellow on top of the yellow flower. Once I'm done with that, I'll take my spoon and I'll push the resin over the glass into all the areas that it has not covered. Thing I didn't mention that I did with this project, and I try to remember to do with all of them, you'll notice blue tape along the back. I put that along the back of the glass after the glue is dried, just as an extra precaution against resin leaks, and then remove it the next day. It's really important that your project sits on a flat, level surface. I use the kitchen torch to get rid of any bubbles. I use a toothpick to move the glass around and to pull any sediment out of the project that I might see. This glass here that I'm putting on now is Ashland Decorative Filler, the gold crushed glass. It's a bit smaller than 1/4-inch fire glass, and it does have a reflective gold quality, although to me it looks more silver, but it is called gold crushed glass on their website. And I just put that all over the resin and try to space it out evenly. And now I'm starting my second project, and again I'm drizzling all the resin over the glass first, and then I'll put it up into the corners and around the edges, smoothing it out with my spoon, again using the kitchen torch to get rid of bubbles, using a toothpick to move the glass around and get any sediment out. I also have some green glass. This is actually Dollar Tree glass that was a pale green, and I made it a little bit darker with the Bombay India ink, the color grass green, and I just sprinkled that down at the bottom. And here again I'm just smoothing it out with the spoon, and I'm putting the same Michaels crushed gold glass all around the flowers and around the edges. After I'm done with the project, I always come back every 15 minutes to check for sediment and get it out with a toothpick if I see anything. I use a kitchen torch to get rid of any bubbles if I see any, and I always check for glass placement. Sometimes the glass can shift and needs to be moved back into place. T-Expert resin has no VOCs, has a 40-minute work time, and cures best at temperatures between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. All resins are different. You need to read the directions for the resin that you are using. It's in your best interest to cover your project with a dust cover while curing. Hey everyone. So one's on clear glass and one is on the mirror. I wanted to show you the difference in what it looks like. So I guess this one would be easier because you could put the print behind it and trace it out, whereas this one I had to use a carbon paper behind it, and it was a little difficult to see. And at the last minute when I was putting the resin on, I noticed, oh look, there's a couple lines on there I didn't totally cover, so I just put pieces of glass over it. That was my fix for that. But the rhinestone chains are super easy to use. This would be a great beginner project if you're just getting into resin and glass. And of course, you don't have to outline it with rhinestone chains. You could do like a puff paint, or one time I used glitter glue to go around the edges, but that dark rhinestone chain really makes those colors pop. And that glass I got from YVONNE from our Facebook group, and she sells this beautiful glass all colored with the Bombay India inks, which do not fade and do not run. You have to be careful what you get out there on Amazon, because I bought some Renfio glass and some of it did run and some of it did run and almost ruined my projects. So this is micro glass. It's 1 to 3 millimeters, so it's much smaller than what you can get at Michael's crushed glass. And it's super pretty. She has all different colors, and I think she'll even do some custom colors for you if you want. And if you do not want her colors, she can also sell the clear glass, and you can color it yourself. But look at how bright and pretty those colors are. And it goes a long way. Oh my gosh, I just used a pinch for each of these projects. I really used a small amount. I was surprised at how much I have left. I got to do some more projects. I have to think of something else. So anyway, just a bright, colorful project, beginner friendly. I'm trying to think what else I want to tell you about it. The outside is done with the Michael's crushed glass, and this is called gold reflective glass. And you can get this up at Michael's. It's a little bit smaller than 1/4-inch fire glass. So if you're looking for something smaller, this color is real nice too. So if you're interested in the other micro crushed glass, I am going to leave a link below. She also has other glass available. You'll have to check her out. There's a link below under this video here for her Facebook group called Sassy Glass, and also on her website. I'll have everything linked below if you're interested in anything. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the project. It was super easy. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you enjoy the channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell. You'll be notified every time I put a new video out. I have over 350 glass and resin art videos. I'm sure there's something there you'd like. We have a Facebook group going with a lot of amazing art being displayed. Come check us out there, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.